Good morning, traders. Welcome back from the long weekend. Hope you had a great one. Not much happening here this morning. A little bit of profit taking, selling here going on first thing this morning. You can see the S&P futures here, the red candle that's forming here that began overnight. After that sharp run up that basically, just turned on a dime after this move down. Just ran right back up again, straight up for 5-6 days in a row, taking out the prior high, wide range bar at the top here, signaling a short-term stall or end of the move. There's a tip wide range bars after multiple bars moving up like this, historically signal a short-term, slowing momentum, pullback. Nothing of great significance, but something to take aware of. Even in a strong market. So now we'll see as prices pull back here, what was resistance should now become support as prices pull up into here. We got a rising 20 MA. And so that's where buyers should be, just based on, historical patterns, and we'll see if that happens. That being said, the further prices would pull back toward this major support area, the greater the odds of this move being negated and then possibly a correction. That being said, we've got weeklies in an uptrend here. We got a nice looking green bar after a bottoming tail bar the prior week. And right now things are just consolidating. So it may be a little choppy, slow going in the early part of the week here. And we'll just have to see, as we always do, how things begin to shape up with any new week. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq, and as you can see again, the big move down on the news of Trump and Comey, yada yada, more politics, as child's play as it's been going on there, kind of ridiculous. I wish they would get to work, but that V bottom turn right back up again to resume the uptrend, and now we'll see if prices pull back, assuming that they do, that they come down to an area of minor support, hold here, somewhere between here and here, and then try to resume the upward move again. As mentioned, the weekly is in a nice uptrend, momentum stalled. Looked like it was turning over last week, and then the news, as mentioned, faded, and right back up again. We'll keep an eye on these. Oil had that nasty plunge last week after the move up, stabilizing here. Now we'll just have to see after a day or two how this shapes up. The weeklies here, it did come down to this major support. It bounced up. And the question is this a lower high? We need a little bit more price action here to determine if this is going to be a pivot or whether it's just a stall and a continuation move up. So unless you're an intraday trader, best to stay away from patterns like this. And lastly, bonds moving up here. That should put a little additional pressure on the market. As you can see, it just popped up here as I'm speaking to a new intraday high. Right now breaking above that little resistance level there. And lastly, I wanted to take a look at XLE. I might look at front of thing, but retesting this low, it looked like it was, starting to bottom out here. It is in an uptrend, but it's got this big support area here. So we'll see if this, takes some time to develop, or whether it just continues to go lower. Probably, we'll see what oil does, and that'll have an effect on the energy sector. As always, you want to keep an eye on financials here, which have been really sloppy and churning here. And the question has been for a few weeks is this going to turn out to be a head and shoulders top? And if we get a break of these lows here, that will be obviously a bad sign for the markets, or one of what could be a bad sign. On the other hand, we had the transports come back from what looked like, it still could turn back down, but what looked like a sort of a head and shoulders here, and it's going to try to break lower. It held at the 200 MA, and had a huge rally to retrace all the way back up to where it turned. So, coming back from a plunge like that, rather than going sideways and then rolling back over again, should put a little floor under the market as long as these transports hold up. Hard to imagine that the broader markets are going to fall apart. All right, everybody, have a great trading week. We'll talk tomorrow. Any questions, you can email greg@mastertrader.com. Have a great trading day.